Hello, my name is Regina Mitchell, and I want to thank Stephanie McCoy of Bold Blind Beauty for having me this month as a woman on the move for 2022. Thank you. I am a wife, a mother, a mentor, I'm a writer. I love to run, and I love listening to music as well as quiet time. And I just adore my husband. We've been married for 36 years. And I'm also a classically trained chef who happens to be blind. But I wasn't always blind. My story began in 2012 as just a very simple trip to Arizona out of town for the weekend, arriving back with some eye pain, going to emergency room, and the doctors referring me to an ophthalmologist. The ophthalmologist saying, "Oh, it'll be okay within 3 months," and we just held on to that fact that I'll be okay. And the weeks went by, the months went by, and now we're into our 6th month. By the 7th month, we were finally referred to a uveitis specialist at UCLA, and there I was diagnosed with bilateral panuveitis. What does my world look like through my eyes? Well, one foot in front of me stands my husband often, and at times I don't even know he's there. I don't see his face. I don't have peripheral vision. I don't see stairs. I don't have depth perception. My continued treatment, I have chemotherapy monthly, and I also have eye drops. The chemotherapy is very hard on my body. It is very wearing. However, I've been given the strength every time to continue doing what I love doing, and that is being a chef. I have returned to the kitchen after many years being out of the kitchen. And so now what I do is I teach live stream classes to blind and low vision students, as well as to many sighted students as well. So it's I now have a whole different skill set that I never had before as a fully sighted chef. Because as a fully sighted chef, my eyes were the boss. I saw everything, and I depended on my eyes for everything. But now I can't do that. I have to depend on my other sensories to lead the way for me and to make good decisions for me. How am I coping with things now since vision loss? Oh, it's not pretty, but I'm managing. And I like to say that living with these eyes is sort of like living with someone in your house that is a deceiver, and they won't ever tell you the truth about anything. You can't depend on them for anything, no matter what they tell you. Well, that's kind of how my eyes are. My eyes are telling me crazy stuff all day long. My eyes will tell me that when I cooked pasta one day, and I thought I dropped some pasta on the floor here, and I picked it up, what I thought was pasta. No, it was a scorpion. Mm-hmm. So I got stung on my thumb. Another time I was in another area of the room, and I thought it was a rubber band, and I picked that up. No, it was another scorpion. um, if I go down the stairs, my eyes will tell me that if they're really, you can keep going, but if I keep going, I'll fall. I can't trust my eyes. If I'm reading a document, my eyes will tell me that they're blocks, but really they're letters. I think you get the picture. I can't trust my eyes. They're very deceptive. At one point, when my eyes were a receiver of lots of information, it's no more. As I said, I have to depend on my other sensories. And this is what I love so much about the new world that I find myself in. And that is that I get to teach individuals how to cook. And in that cooking experience, culinary experience, I get to teach them blindness skills as well as honing in on their intuitive skills. So I get to take an ingredient, if you will, and tell them everything about it. Where in my sighted world, I never had to do that because everyone can see. But in this world, my eyes are of no value to me. So I get to hold that ingredient and feel it and smell it and taste it and touch it, and I get to convey that to my community. And they get to receive that information from me, and then you get to experience that same life. We get to share a life experiences together. I am a blind chef, and I'm also a community leader. How do you get to do that? And what are some of the ways that we can be involved in our communities? Well, one of the ways that I found is treat people the way you want to be treated. Looking out for those that are in need. Doing things without wanting something in return. Being nice, being kind, being patient. And soon enough, you will find yourself as a leader in your community. It doesn't take a lot of time. All you have to do is show up and be present, and you will find yourself in that place. Now, as far as being a blind chef, how did all this happen? Well, I went to culinary school, I graduated, and then I traveled abroad. You don't have to go through that length. You don't have to go that route. Simply, if there's a place that you frequent a lot, it could be a cafe as quaint as a pastry shop or a hustle and bustling restaurant. Talk to the manager and let them know your desire and put you someplace that you can work and see if you like it. You may love it or you may not, but just give it a try. Another great advice that I wish someone would have given me in 2012 and 2013 and 14 is to be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Let up a little bit. You don't have to be like this overachiever in blindness skills. Take your time. So thank you. Thank you so much for letting me share my story with you. And I hope that you will contact me should you want to. My email address is friendinthekitchen@gmail.com. My Instagram is Regina D. Mitchell. Facebook is Regina Mitchell. So thank you again. Blessings to you and a Happy New Year.